Hello everybody, it's your boy Will, and this video I want to direct specifically towards African Americans, and I guess specifically towards African American people who support Barack Obama. And I don't really necessarily want to talk about Barack Obama, but I want to talk about the Democratic Party as a whole. I want to tell you a little something about me as far as the reason why I'm an independent. Real quick, the story goes is that I was a Democrat for a very long time. And over time, as I worked in the private sector and I worked on political campaigns, I began to really feel like an abused girlfriend, like old reliable. Because see, what the Democratic Party has done is taken my community and my vote for granted for over 2 decades. See, you ladies can identify with this. The Democratic Party reminds me of that guy that you know, that guy you used to mess with. He comes around, he knocks on your door. You open the door and he smiles at you with that smile that you remember. And he says, "Hey, I'm back. Girl, you looking good. You know, did you lose some weight? I'm really feeling the way that dress looks on you. I'm really digging those shoes. Can I come in?" So you let him in. You guys talk. And he swears to you that he's going to do so many things for you. He's got a better idea now. He's got a better job. And he's a changed man. And that he's going to just give you everything you could have ever hoped for and more, because he's nothing without you. And he reminds you that. He says, "You go, girl, ever since I left you, I don't know. I just ain't been the same." So you let him back in, and he eats your food, and he sits on your couch, and he watches your cable while you at work. He makes good love to you when you come home, and you cook him up something good to eat, and then you give him a couple dollars, and then when you wake up in the morning, he gone. You know why he gone? Because he got what he wanted and he moved on to the next thing. And see, that's what the Democratic Party does to the black community. It tells us everything we want to hear. It makes a whole bunch of promises. It tells us it's changed and it's got better ideas that's going to benefit us. And then after the election, nothing happens. I've seen it time and time again. And after a while, I got tired of it. I said, you know what? I see through the BS. My eyes are now wide open. I pulled the curtains back, and I see the Democratic Party for what they really are, pimps. And I'm not going to be pimped anymore. So when I had that revelation, I went and changed my party affiliation to independent, because I'm tired of being pimped. And you know, the worst pimps of all were black Democrats who know the struggles that black people face, but yet they did nothing once they got into office. And to me, that's the worst thing you could ever do. Because see, and that's one thing I've seen over and over again with black politicians, especially black Democrats. And when my eyes were wide open and that curtain was pulled back, I realized that I was putting all my eggs in one basket. And I needed to broaden my horizons and start thinking outside of the box. And that's what I think we as a community, as black people, need to do. We need to think outside the box. We need to stop putting all our eggs in one basket. Now, I'm not saying a mass exodus to the Republican Party. I'm just saying think. Just because somebody's black or have a D behind their name does not mean they have our best interests in mind. You know, our community is insane. Do you know the definition of insanity? It's doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. And that's what we've been doing as black people. You know, I kind of, when Barack Obama first came on the scene, I looked at his record. I looked past his skin color. I looked past the D on his name, because I wanted to see what the man has actually done. And I looked at past races that he's had, that he's run for office for. And you know, when he was in the state senate, he ran for Congress against Bobby Rush. Now, this is the primary. You had 2 black men running for Congress. And then, you know, he was still a Harvard Law Review president. He was still a community organizer. He still was on the board with Bill Ayers at that time. All the credentials that he has now, he had then. But yet, the majority black district of Chicago, the congressional district, still voted for Bobby Rush. You know why they voted for Bobby Rush? Because they didn't vote for the name or the skin color or the party affiliation. They voted for the man who had the record, because other than that, him and Barack Obama was the same. They both were black. They both were Democrat. So the constituents had to look at their records. The Chicago Tribune called Barack Do Nothing. Barack Do Nothing Obama. And Bobby Rush had the record. He's shown that he was accomplished as a legislator. He's shown that he's done and brought things back to the community. So why would they take the inexperienced guy over the experienced guy? And Obama had way more education, was way smarter than Bobby Rush. But you know what? The people saw through all that glitter and gold and articulation and went for the guy who delivered because he had a record of delivering. So I don't understand how the people of America can't look past all the glitter and gold and look at the candidate who has a record of delivering. And that's what I did, people. I don't hate Barack Obama. I just don't like his record because he has none. My decision was simply based on he has no record. John McCain has a record. Now, John McCain has been no friend to black people, but he's been a friend to this country. I'm not going to reward some black dude with my vote for doing nothing, specifically for doing nothing when I looked at his record for his own constituency in the state Illinois Senate. He had projects in his district. He had crime rates and dropout rates and everything, but not one piece of legislation to cure those faults for black people in his own district. Because Obama was too busy trying to run for the next office. He was too busy getting credentials instead of getting actions and deeds to go along with legislation. He just thought credentials, endorsements. I don't want anybody like that to be my president. Because I don't want somebody who they call Barack Do-Nothing Obama to be my president. And if you think I'm a sellout, then all the people, those black people who voted for Bobby Rush over Barack Obama, they're sellouts too because they're seeing the same thing I've seen. When people were asked why they voted for Bobby Rush, they said they voted for the guy who delivered. I don't know this young dude. He ain't done nothing for me. I'm gonna vote for the guy who's done something that I can see and that I can touch. So America and black people, let's vote for the people who actually do something, whether they be Democrat or Republican. Don't get caught up in party affiliation and skin color. Look at the content of their character and what they've actually done. Deeds speak louder than words. That's what I'm all about. Deeds. 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 So don't call me a sellout. Don't call me a buster because I'm not supporting the black candidate. I don't give a damn whether Obama's black. I don't care about him being a Democrat. I look past all that. I'm done with all that. I look at the best candidate, the person who has actually delivered. I'm following in the steps behind those black people who voted for Bobby Rush over Obama. And I implore you to do the same. I implore you to quit being such lemmings for the Democratic Party and think outside the box. I hope all black people come independent one day and start thinking for ourselves. Let's not be old reliable anymore, okay? Let's not be old reliable for the Democratic Party. Let them woo us. Let them prove to us. Don't let them come around and sleep with us and then bounce. Let's stop thinking like that. Let's not be old reliable, okay? And quit hating on me for thinking differently. Like I said, if I'm a sellout, then all those people who voted against Obama in the congressional race were sellouts too. I'm out.